Yesterday, we talked all about maximizing your potential and how success, by definition, doesn't really have a specific enough definition to use personally. And I think maximize potential is in the similar vein where I don't know what that means really in the grand scheme of things. So we're going to talk about that.
It sounds really cool to say, I am going to reach my full potential. Today, we're going to talk about what that actually means in the real world.
Next Level Nation today for episode number 2251. What does it mean to maximize your potential? I want to start with a question. Okay. I'm going to make this about me.
Okay.
Rare occurrence, usually about you. Let me make it about me, okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
When you first met me, how much do you think I wanted to maximize my potential? Versus how much do you think I want to maximize my potential today? And how do you know the difference? What a fire question that is. That's a good That's a good question.
In such a good mood.
I'm burning down behind the scenes, but I'm in a good mood.
Kevin's swimming in opportunity. I love it. The answer to your question is less than I thought at the time. No, I would say probably, I don't know, this is probably not going to be kind, 10%?
I don't want kind, I want the truth.
Now I would say probably 60%.
That's it? You bastard. No, I'm just kidding.
I asked Emilia one time, 0 to 10, how much do you think I'm maxing out, for my full potential? She's like, probably a 6. It's like
6 out of 10.
Oh my God. Yeah. The truth is, I actually agree with her. I feel like I'm not even close to maxed out. I'm not joking. Anyways, let's not make this about me. Let's make this about the episode. And by the way, it's not about you or me. It's about the listener.
I'm just teasing.
I know you are. And I want to make that more clear because I think sometimes on our long tangents, and by our, I mean mine.
I'm going to say.
It seems like it's about me, but it's not. It's about the listener. So I would say 10% when I first met you. In hindsight, at the time, I thought it was a lot more than that. And now I'd say probably 60%.
I did well at hiding it in the beginning for sure.
Yeah, which we all want to belong. And so whoever you're around, you're going to mirror them a bit. And I think you mirrored me a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I looked up to you. I was like, oh, okay, this guy's got something special. I got to fit in.
I appreciate it.
I think people know. Like if I'm, not that you would be unkind, but if I'm too different, there's no way this is going to mesh.
Yeah. And I also think you want to reach your potential. I think you still do. There's a difference between wanting to and then wanting to want to. I also think you definitely want what comes with it.
I just don't know. So I don't know if you saw us. Oh, yeah, you did. I squatted 385 today.
I saw. Nice.
Creeping up. Yeah. Creeping up towards 405. But am I going to give up dominoes? No. No, I'm not going to do it. Him long.
Yeah.
I don't think
We did. We gave it up.
I don't want to.
I haven't had it since. Yeah.
You have ice cream and shit?
Oh, yeah. Not
less
really.
Than ever?
Not really. I ate Emilia's mother's birthday. Yeah, brother. We eat really well now. We eat Whole Foods now. All right, listen. I have these Whole Foods Reese's cups that I throw in the freezer. They are, and the macros aren't great. I don't care. But that's 10% of my diet, not even. Yeah. The other thing is the carving up of Fruity Pebbles. Listen, I'm making myself look bad here. There's a couple things that I have. I will spend the rest of my life getting a little bit better every single day. I just want to do that. It's very hard for me not to improve things. I don't eat perfectly.
How do you know where you are? Not you, the collective you, but how do you know like where you... Because I think I'm losing sight of that. I feel like I'm awesome, quote unquote. I'm the most awesome, quote unquote, I've ever been.
You feel that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
For sure. And I also thought I was awesome 8 years ago. I wasn't. So I also know that's not true.
Well, it's all
not
relative. This is
how do you know where you are based on if you don't know where you're going?
The statistics. That's
just
why I send Kev a bunch of stats behind the scenes. I send it to anyone I'm leading. I try to send a bunch of updates. So Germany just surpassed Japan in fourth largest economy, something like that. I should know that. It's US, then China, then India, then Germany, then Japan, I believe. But anyways, why does that matter? It helps you contextualize the world. So to answer the question about potential, everything is relative. So of course you're going to feel like in hindsight you weren't maximizing your potential. Because compared to you now, you weren't. This is the compound effect. It's very hard to explain, but I always use the iPhone as a metaphor. The iPhone 16 Pro Max, the camera on this thing is better than what they shot Jaws with. I had a friend of mine who did a feature film, and the camera they used, he got to borrow it. It was like $30,000 for this camera. And it was the real effing deal. And honestly, the iPhone is eventually going to have a camera that good. It's just the law of innovation. So I'm Alan version 3.7. Alan, in a week, I always round up. People are like, you're not 37 yet. I don't, in my head, I am. I just am. It's already done. So Alan version 3.7, of course, is going to think Alan 2.7 was a mess. But compared to other 27-year-olds, I was actually very dialed in.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you could only use one word, and again, I'm really boxing you in here, but I have a thought and I want to see what yours is. If you could only use one word to focus on to maximize your potential. So like if I said, Alan is maximizing his potential because he is hyper-focused on blank, what would the blank be? Focus? Mine was going to be intention. Mine was going to be intention.
Nice. What you pay attention to dictates everything else. That's why anyone who's listening to this show, you are so much better off. It's not even close. Like, inputs is where everything starts. What you pay attention to dictates everything else. And that would be a whole nother episode. But learning to control your focus changes everything you say, think, do, feel, and believe. Everyone you surround yourself with, persons, places, things, and ideas. That's why in the past you've sort of alluded to this. When you used to get coached by me more consistently, you were more on track. Mm-hmm. It's because I'm just forcing inputs. I'm always making sure you're paying attention to the right stuff. And by right stuff, that's predicated on goals.
Right. Do you believe somebody can maximize their potential more, let's just say even same gifts from life from the beginning? You're not better than me, quote unquote, at a certain thing. We're the same when we start. Mm-hmm. Can somebody maximize their potential in less time than somebody else?
Yeah, which is exactly it. Now, here's the deal. People always say, well, you asked me one time, would you go back and change anything? And my question to you was, do I still get to meet Emilia?
Yep.
And you said, yes. I said, yeah, I'd change fucking everything. I made horrible mistakes. So many. If I don't get to meet Emilia, I'll do it all again. Exact same. Mm-mm. That's the weird thing about the future, and you change one thing and it ripples out, and the whole. You've seen the butterfly effect with
long time
Ashton
ago.
Kutcher? Yeah,
very dark,
very scary. Yeah, super dark.
Very
way
dark
too
movie.
Dark. Yeah, super dark. But the butterfly effect, chaos theory, impact theory, all this stuff. Did I just say impact theory? I meant constraint theory, game theory. In game theory, if you change one thing, it ripples out to change everything else. One of the things that I find ironic is that the people who have the most regrets are the ones who make the best decisions. Let me explain. It's a paradox. I have so many regrets, more regrets than anyone you've ever. I have talked about my regrets more than anyone you've ever met. True or false?
I would say true, but I don't know how much it actually affects you. How deeply you actually feel about your regrets.
Fair. I think the only reason I talk about regret is because I'm smarter now. So when you get smarter and smarter and smarter, and you learn and learn and learn, you have distinctions you didn't have. So you go back and reprocess your past from the higher sense of awareness and realize how many poor choices you made. Yeah. And people say, well, if you're grateful for where you've ended up, then why would you regret that? No. By that rationale, you should never get smarter. Mm-mm. But I understand what they're saying. This is the point that I need to make. All of what happened to me and the way I responded to it might have, quote unquote, needed to happen. but it didn't have to take so fucking long.
Right.
Like I I didn't need 4.5 years to figure out that wasn't it for me in the relationship, right? So my point is all of us have to evolve and grow, and we all have to fail forward and make mistakes. No one has a perfect track record of decision making. No one. However, how quickly do you upgrade? And this is why AI scares people, is AI learns quicker than humans.
Right.
And if you don't learn quickly, I mean, you and I just had a 3-hour-long conversation that you couldn't possibly articulate in 3 minutes that has changed your life and your trajectory forever. My job in this episode is to help everyone reach their full potential, knowing they'll never reach it. But they'll get way closer listening to this, for sure. Because even you thinking about potential right now is better than 99.9% of anything else you could possibly be learning or thinking about. So to me, if I can control, that's why we do an episode a day. We get to be in your pocket every single day, helping you focus on the right shit.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Yeah,
What is it when you know better, you just don't want to do better?
Emotional immaturity.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah.
Isn't it choice?
Oh no, we're going down to fate and all that. Yes and no. I think we have an animal self, which is the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. It's the mammalian brain. It's the it's the crocodile brain. Then we have a childhood self, which is the mammalian brain. And then we have a highest self, which is prefrontal cortex executive function. You know that pizza is not best for your longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But your executive functioning knows that. So you can calculate, okay, if I eat a ton of pizza every day, I'm going to feel like shit and potentially die younger than I would if I didn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
But your childhood self doesn't want to give that up yet. And by childhood self, I mean your emotional self. It feels good to eat pizza. And that's also part of your identity and your belief system.
I want to give it all up.
You don't have, and this is the fucked up part. This is why it's so hard to get people to grow. Because, dude, I didn't want to give up pizza either. I just knew I had to, otherwise I couldn't reach my full potential. So, well, by that rationale, why are you eating Fruity Pebbles? Because it's fucking awesome, number one. And number two, I'm carving up. And number three, I'm probably going to eventually get rid of it. That's the truth. I just don't want to yet.
God damn.
And by that rationale, here's what I would say to bring this home for everybody. You have unique potential. We are all human beings known as Homo sapiens, but not all of us are the same breed. Canine is dog. There's 500 different breeds. Some of us are Dalmatians, some of us are Great Danes, some of us are Chihuahuas. I don't know what you are, only you know what you are when no one's watching. But I do know each of us are uniquely suited and have natural inclinations towards certain things. And we have a certain upbringing and past that makes us uniquely suited for certain things. So everyone out there right now watching or listening in 2025, November, you are uniquely suited for something better than me. And I am uniquely suited for something better than you. The key in life, I think, is figuring out what that is and then contributing to the world in a way that's meaningful for you to try to make the world a better place. And this is why I struggle with spoiled brats and bullies, because they aren't making the world a better place. They're not even neutral. They're actually making it worse. And they're not only are they not reaching their full potential, they're actually hurting other people from reaching their full potential. If we did live in a world where everyone got a little better every day and everyone tried to get a little better, everyone would be healthier, wealthier, and more in love. Like, that's a mathematical fact. I'm not saying everyone's going to do it, but I either give up and say, screw it, and be nihilistic and hopeless, or I say, okay, this is what I'm uniquely suited to do in the world, and I'm going to lead by example. And the truth is, Emilia Smith, my beautiful girlfriend and future wife, she is the one who has catalyzed me giving up pizza. Giving up pizza, her and I had a simple discussion. No one wants to give up pizza. Pizza's awesome, right? Now, don't get me twisted. I have a flatbread 5 cheese thing from Whole Foods that's pretty much pizza, it just doesn't have a sauce, okay? So I'm not giving it up fully. But I am more percentage optimizing for success, longevity, and reaching my full potential. And Emilia and I had a conversation on a walk, and we both said, when we get Domino's, we both kind of feel like shit. And we both had a little discussion of, I think we have to can that. She's like, I know, I've been thinking of that too. And that was it. Done. We'll never eat pizza again. Now, we just ordered Prego, and we're going to try to make something at home instead of Domino's. Listen, I'm not telling anyone what to do. What I am telling you is your future is only going to get better when you get better. That's the only thing you have control over. And the reason why I said focus is the most important thing is because what you have control over and influence over is your decisions, what you say, think, do, feel, and believe, and what you decide to put your attention on, and what you focus on determines everything else. And so I'm grateful that everyone's listening to us instead of whatever they could be listening to. I'm grateful. I just can't live with myself and not do all I can with all I have. I've tried. I wake up in the morning and I go, okay, I have this magnificent life. I have the most magnificent partner in the world. I have so much to be grateful for. I have to earn this. I have to earn this. I remember when I drank too much and too often and I wasn't earning it. Yeah, I had fun, but how selfish and here's the other thing. I was unfulfilled. I don't think you can be fulfilled without at least trying to be better. I think human beings want to try to be better. And I think all the people who are wandering around aimlessly and pretending with ego that it's awesome, I think it's mostly ego. And I think that when they reach mortality, I think they will regret it, even if they don't admit it. And I didn't mean to go heavy with this, but
good.
I appreciate you, man.
Hyper-conscious episode.
Dude, you're the most fulfilled you've ever been. I've never seen you lit up like this before.
I know, but it's also weird.
I know.
I don't fully understand it because my life right now, I'm literally like, I just need to get to the fucking weekend. Like, I need to sleep. I'm running a 60 sleep score. I'm not sleeping. I'm grinding in the gym. I'm just fucking grinding and I'm burning down.
You love your life and your future's so bright.
I know, but it's like, here's the thing. If nothing changed in my life, I'd be miserable though.
You know what I mean? I think that's the goal of life, is to consistently make it better and better and better, and see what you can become, and see what you can do, and see what you can.
And maybe we'll do an episode on this at some. I think we should do a part 2 on this, honestly, because I do think this might be one of the most beneficial, positive things to talk about. But how do you know how to maximize? How do you know what maximizing your potential is if you don't know how much potential you have? That's where I get fucked up. I'm way further than I thought I would be. So by that definition, I need to never have it. I'm not saying you're saying this, but no more whiskey. I quit smoking weed. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I like my edibles.
I like my edibles.
Yeah.
But they don't make edible whiskey. They do. It's called whiskey. It's actually called whiskey. So, Jesus, man. So maybe we'll do a part 2 on that.
Well, what it comes down to, I think, very, very last thing. Emilia and I said this yesterday. We got out at a leg day and we were driving home, and neither one of us wanted to go last night. It was just one of those long days. And after driving home, the Tesla was driving us, and we were just talking, and she said this, see, even when you don't want to go, you'll always be proud you did. And I said, I've been saying that for years. There are many times where I didn't want to go to the gym, so many times, but I've never left the gym not proud that I went. And I think that's what we all have to do, is like, I didn't want to talk about this on this episode. Like, I would have much rather not done this. But I'm proud that I did, because it took courage. And I think that you have to live for a bigger, better, brighter future. That's why I don't believe in the power of now crap. Like, I get be present, but that's not true. You have to think about the future you want. You have to start with the end in mind. There's so much neuroscience that talks about this. And I don't want to be preachy, but I can't not, because if you just stay present, and dogs can't plan for the future, they can't design a career, they can't start a podcast, they can't build an iPhone, they can't build a Sony camera. Like, you can't be fulfilled as a human being and never plan for the future and never think about the future. And to me, it's seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, quarters, years, decades, and lifetime. And you are so much more whole and fulfilled than I've ever seen you. And when I first met you, you were fucking miserable. And that's the goddamn truth. You were having fun on a day-to-day and life was easier, but you didn't have the self-esteem and self-worth and self-belief and self-confidence that you have now. That's what everyone wants. Everyone wants self-worth and self-belief, and those are a byproduct of maxing out.
One time, Alan and I got high together, and Alan had a panic attack almost, and it was fun.
That was so not okay.
Out of control.
That was bad. I was like, hey, man,
control.
how long is this going to last? You're like,
a couple hours. Go to sleep. Lay down.
You told me like an hour. You lied to me out of self-preservation.
I had to lie to you.
I was so upset. Yeah.
Understandably so. All right. Well, no whiskey, no weed, no vice, no pizza, no fun. That is the no.
That's not true.
That's not true. I thought it would be fun to go out on that one. All right. Cool.
I've done all of those things.
You've done all those things? Yeah.
I've done all of those things.
Same. And I will continue to do...
Just less and less and less.
I will continue to do many of them, but less and less and less. Less and less and less and less. All right. Next Level Nation, if you are listening to this podcast and you're thinking, you know what, I want to go a little bit deeper. Podcast is great. I listen every day. Where do I go from here? Alan has coaching slots available if you're really looking to get behind the scenes and get to the next level. So we'll have his calendar in the show notes below. You get one free 30-minute breakthrough session with Alan. If you've used that, please do not book a free one because, again, we're all about giving, but we started this as martyrs and we almost died, so we can't do that again. And then if you're looking for an awesome group of human beings that are also focused on getting to the next level, we'll have the link for Next Level Nation in the show notes below. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. Grateful for each and every one of you. And if you are as committed as you say you are to getting to the next level, make sure you tune in tomorrow because we will be here every single day to help you get there.
Keep reaching for your full potential, whatever that means to you. Next Level Nation.